We all know that the acceptance of other people's approval and love in life is what's seen as a root issue for moving forward. But what if I were to tell you the real acceptance that's holding you back is the acceptance of you? Because if you accepted you, then why would you need acceptance of others? It sounds very simple, but listen. Many of us keep repeating the same unconscious thoughts and habits, doing things we know we shouldn't do, and not doing the things we know we should do. It isn't just a cycle or habit you're in, but an aspect of yourself, a self you have created in order to keep yourself safe. I have a quote. In the search for myself, I found nothing but the walls I had built to protect who I am from who I created. Meaning, as you discover more of you, you will discover more of who you are not. To discover who you are not is to uncover who you are. Through the awareness of layers you created to mask your true being and desire since birth. So each layer that you take off, as you uncover it and you become aware, you become closer to that being. We as humans are no different than any other creature. In one perspective, at the very basis, we're here to survive and live. In order to do so, we do what we must do to survive, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We create multiple walls between who we are and who we think we are, based off of experiences and perspectives of pain, in order to create less pain in our lives. But paradoxically, this creates an abundance of lack and limiting beliefs that become instilled into our behaviors and then actions, which constantly creates these negative habits or cycles. It keeps adding to those layers between you and yourself. With that being said, there's a multitude of reasons why someone does what they do. Here are some of the many examples on why people do things that they know are not good for them. Number 1. You might drink and smoke when you know it's destroying your health and wasting your time. But through doing this, you feel relieved, you feel less stressed, and more able to take on life. This could be because you're seeking to be somewhere you're not. You seek for an elevated state of presence, as the current reality is not enough to keep you pleased. You perceive this current reality as an abundance of lack and pain, and you seek to fill it with added substance in order to keep you from seeing that. You don't feel good enough about yourself, so you seek to feel good. This could be your lack of connection with your parents as a child. They were always there physically, but never there emotionally, to nurture your true emotions and desires. You took this connection as a lack of self-worth and decided that medicating this wound with substances and hanging out with people would further fill this void and help you feel what you don't know, and that is the connection with your parents that you're seeking and with yourself that feels lacking. Example number 2, you might hang out with the wrong people you know that aren't good for you and don't align with the life you want, because you're afraid to be alone. You want acceptance, but deep down, it's because you believe that being alone means you're not worthy. You believe that you aren't good enough to be accepted by anyone else. No one else will see your value. So those that do see you, you cling to them. This could be because as a child, you weren't properly nurtured and attended, so you perceived any kind of loneliness as not being good enough to be shown care. That's also why you may do other things to receive attention, love, or any feeling of importance, as to create this abundance of lack within, to keep reinforcing those beliefs. Example number 3. You might keep watching TV or playing video games, doing things that you know you shouldn't when you have other things you should do, like work out, go out, take care of yourself. But here's the thing, you think you can't do it. You don't have the willpower. You feel powerless. This acceptance of powerless could stem from you being able to decide what you wanted as a child. That you could only do what your parents said you could do. You decided that you needed their approval and power in order to feel power yourself. And if you decided to do the new things you wanted without them, then what would that mean about your relationship to them and you as a child? Each one of these examples are loose examples of trauma responses and behaviors that are created through a variable of experiences and perspectives. But the one thing that holds true in these situations is that it's the acceptance of your beliefs about yourself through those experiences of pain that you've created to continue to recreate your behaviors, actions, and reality that has you stuck in a cycle. To take steps towards awareness, discovery, and rediscovery is to ask yourself questions. I want you to ask yourself one question through the day, through everything you do and everything you think about. First, it starts, ask yourself, what feeling is this thought and action giving me? What is it about this reality that I prefer to keep creating? So first, look at the thought and action. Ask yourself about the feeling it's giving you, and how is that feeling in the reality you're creating from it? How do you prefer that? Why do you prefer that? It'll be a step-by-step thing you just go through with yourself. As mentioned earlier, negative cycles are created from limiting beliefs of a very subconscious decision for safety. You might just be laying in your bed, doom scrolling, and ask, what is this action giving me? What feeling? You won't know at first. You might just think, oh, I'm doing this because I enjoy it. But why do you enjoy it? Even if it's something you've done your whole life, ask yourself, why do you enjoy it? Because for something to be subconscious means you're not aware of it. Because truthfully, there is a shadow and light side to every desire in life, as there wouldn't be a shadow without a light. Through the constant process of questioning yourself, will you become aware of the fragments of truth within you. As the first step to change is not to suddenly decide, I'm doing this because I'm motivated. I saw a TikTok at fucking 2 a.m. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and gonna hustle. The first step to change is awareness, as you cannot change what you do not know. And furthermore, you cannot change what you do not own. All of the thoughts, behaviors, and actions of oneself comes down not to the acceptance of others, but accepting more of oneself in order to become more whole and fulfilled in life. That is how you will move forward in life. I will leave you with 3 quotes. Quote number 1, to let go is to let in. Quote number 2, to search for answers is to find questions. Quote number 3, to not live in the present is to define your future by your past. And one more just for fun, because this will be another video. The captivity of the soul roots itself in the clouded curiosity of the child within. I believe in all of you that are brave enough to ask yourself questions and dive in to more of who you are not in order to discover more of who you are through this acceptance of all of you. And you can do it. I believe in you. Thank you for watching.